The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a tornado warning for southern Faulkner County in central Arkansas, northeastern Pulaski County in central Arkansas until 6:45 p.m. and 5:54 p.m. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near Mayflower or near Monell, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. This dangerous storm will cross Interstate 40 near Mayflower. Stay out of its path. Hazard, tornado and baseball-sized hail.
Tuesday's storm chase brought back memories of 2014 when I had my first close-up run-in with a violent tornado. To kind of set the stage here, in 2014, a cluster of supercells began to develop around Hot Springs, and the storm went on to produce a violent tornado with a well-defined debris ball on radar right over Mayflower, and that storm continued northeast. In this storm chase on Tuesday, storms again began to really develop around Hot Springs. We had a couple of tornado-warned storms moving toward Mayflower, and I decided to get out of the Little Rock area, move north. There was a lot of traffic. I think locals were really borderline panicking. I don't have video of it here, but before there was just people pulling off the road everywhere, people driving erratically, and you can't blame them. They had a violent tornado just a few years prior, and then we had a very similar setup. The storm structure actually looked similar, although even though we had the rotating wall cloud, there wasn't a tornado. And as I moved closer and closer toward Mayflower, it was getting eerie because the storm was showing, just like 2014, it was really beginning to show that hook as it moved toward Mayflower, and almost like a pseudo debris ball, but obviously it's not on radar. The low-level rotation was not as strong as it was in 2014, so although we had a low LCL heights and a wall cloud and the rotating supercell, there was no tornado, and it was really a good thing because based on the amount of traffic and the people driving around the area, it could have been a really bad situation. It was just shortly after rush hour, not that far from Little Rock. But I watched the storm pass over I-40. I went back north. The plan was to get off the Mayflower exit, kind of loop around, and then see what that second supercell would do. Sometimes that back-end supercell has a better inflow environment, but in this case, the atmosphere was kind of overturned. So again, thankful for Mayflower that there was not a tornado. The second supercell, although it had a hook, did not look nearly as impressive on radar, but still the lead supercell it's continuing to carry that tornado warning toward Vilonia. This area has a history in the past, and even recently, actually especially recently, of being like a little mini tornado alley within a broader tornado alley across the Mid-South and Dixie Alley. There's a tendency for winds in the Arkansas River Valley of central Arkansas to be locally backed. You get that enhanced storm relative helicity, and when supercells move through, which it seems to happen at least a couple of times each year, you have a storm that looks like it could produce a tornado near Mayflower, but in this case that did not happen. The second supercell passed over almost directly overhead. It looked ominous, but even though this was an eerie storm chase, there was no tornado, and I will say that's actually a good thing.